Today I'm going to make a tutorial on how to make a watercolor galaxy. So let's get started. The things I'm going to be using is this artist's watercolor cakes. Yeah, I'll link all the supplies I'm using in the description below. And I'm going to be using a Brusto 5 round brush. Yeah, a Brusto 5, and I'm also going to use this tiny brush, Brusto as well, but one for details. And I'll be using this big flat brush, flat 10 Brusto, to put the watercolor wash. So let's dive into it. Okay, so I put my masking tape on. Okay, so let's get finally to the painting part. Oopsie, won't be using that. I'll take my purple or violet. I actually mixed ultramarine, blue, and crimson to get this purple. So I'm gonna put this at the edges. So this painting, I'm not really looking at a reference for this. I'm just kind of making my own. So like this is not gonna look realistic or something. It's just gonna have a galaxy effect. I mean, you'll see at the end. So I'm just going to go over all the edges. Hey, I think I didn't put enough water. Ooh, it is buckling. Oh, I forgot to mention I'm using the Zen Sangam sketchbook for this. I think it's 200 GSM. So yeah, I'm surprised to see it still buckles 200 GSM. Should have taped it to a surface. So what I'm doing now, it's just the base color. So we are going to add more layers on top. I'm just going in and making a mess of everything, you know. I don't know how fast the water even got dried up. I'm just going to add a little more water there. At this point, this looks quite messy, but after we put some layers on top, it will have a pretty much galaxy effect or something. Oopsie-doo. Now I'll go in with the crimson. I think I got a little too much water there. Just take a paper towel and dab. Okay. I'm gonna take some crimson and lay it there. So the cool thing about watercolors is that you don't really need to put like a effort into blending. They really like blend by themselves. Like, you need to let them do what they do. So just putting blobs of color here and there. Now I'm going to take my ultramarine blue. Actually, this is the cobalt blue, sorry. And I'm going to put cobalt blue here. So I'm putting lots of paint. Again, this is only the first layer. We'll be putting more layers on top. The final result is going to look nothing like this messy blob of color. Okay, so I made like more bluish violet. Okay, I'm gonna put that in the middle. There, and then I think I'll go back to the crimson and put it here. I'm just putting colors wherever I think they look good. I don't think a real galaxy looks like this. I just paint them like this. Okay, so now I'm going to let this dry for about some 5 minutes, and then I'll get back to you. Okay, so now it's dry, kinda, but I'll just go with the next layer on top. So now I mixed the darker purple with less water. So let me go. I think we'll need to put another layer. Yeah, making the galaxy a lot of work. Just going to be going over the first layer I put, but now with a little darker shade of the same color. Now I'll move on to the crimson. Okay. It's gonna take a lot of work. To make a galaxy, it does take a lot of work, but if you really want to do it, you can. It's actually easy, but it takes time. At this point, you'll feel like, is this even a galaxy? It's not even looking like one. But as you layer, it's gonna start taking shape. So what I'm doing is I'm adding quite a lot of water to the color so that it flows to another color and blends and does its thing. Add the blue. You know what, I'm just gonna add a little more crimson here to make it a little more watery and blend it a bit more. And it should have that nice little flowy effect right there. And I think I'm gonna make it go into the blue. Shoot, I think I added a little bit too much of water there. See what happened? Just gonna spread that a bit. Remove that to paint a bit. It's getting a little out of control. Okay, so I'll add a little bit more cobalt blue. Okay, so now I think at this point I'm going to let it dry. Wait, let me add a little bit more blue. One thing about me is I absolutely love galaxies. I literally paint them every time. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add purple to this. It got dried out. I'll add purple. I'm adding a little bit more blue to it. So now I actually added like all the violet, actually purple, added a layer of purple, and yeah, you just gotta go, like, you know, add layers and layers to have a galaxy. And get some more blue. Maybe put there. Making it vibrant. Yeah, the one thing that I like about these watercolors is that they're pretty vibrant. And they're very cheap. Yeah. So I'm going to let it dry and put another layer. Okay, so most part of the painting is dry, but I'm going to go ahead and put some crimson on top for the next layer. Oh, sheesh, how many layers? Yeah, thinking like that, right? To put more crimson. See how vibrant that is? Ah, love that color. Slowly, this painting is finally starting to take shape. At least it would look like a lot of color, as I said before. I think I'll put a little bit of crimson here and then go on top with purple, because it looks like too much crimson there. Add a little bit more color to make it a bit opaque. Oh my, wow, that is so vibrant. Now I'm going to go with the cobalt blue. I'm going to just kind of, you know, mess up in the middle to make it blend. See how it flows. Just love that. I think I'll add a little bit of crimson here to, you know, blend it and get that effect there. And mess up like I did before. Just love to do this. Looks, I mean, it's so satisfying. See how it's starting to take. I said that thousands of times. The color is a little too much. Just like pick up the buckling. I think I'll distribute that. Hey, these crows. I'm gonna add a little bit more purple again. I don't know how many layers this took. I forgot to count. Well, actually, I lost count. Okay, so I'm going to add one more layer of crimson there. So what I'm doing is I'm just adding like layers of, layers of color here and there, and then blending it out with the surrounding colors. I don't know how other people do watercolor galaxy tutorials, but I personally, whenever I paint a galaxy, I always stick to this method. I mean, it doesn't take much time. It doesn't even look that realistic, but it's really fun to paint this, and you'll be really proud with the end result. So let's blend that together, maybe a bit like that. Okay, so now let's blend out that. Okay, so whenever you get these blobs of water, like, you know, when you add too much water, all you gotta do is, you know, dab your paintbrush, or you can directly go in with a paper towel. And then after you remove that excess color out of there, I'm just going to clean my brush And then I'm just going to do that, like a zigzag movement, yeah, or strokes, or however you feel like doing it, you know. And I'm just going to kind of blend. I'm not going for a perfect blend or anything. I mean, this is basically like a loose watercolor galaxy, like how they do loose watercolor florals. It's kind of like that. And let's add more cobalt blue, but now this time a little less water, more opacity. I forgot to blend that part out. Wait, let me add some crimson again. Put it there. And then blend it together. Okay, so now I'm going to lift off that. All I'm going to do is dip my brush in water and lift off the paint. So get a clean brush, a little wet one, and then you basically lift off. I get another tissue here. Oops. I think, in my opinion, like watercolor galaxy painting is full of trial and error. So you don't like this, or it turns out poopy, you gotta go back and fix it. So this is basically a big process. But I really love painting galaxies. So now what I'm going to do is this crimson part right here, I'm going to pick off some of the color to look as if there are some stars there or something. Well, people do that a lot in their galaxy paintings. I never tried it before, but I'm like, yeah, let's do that. So I did that. Sometimes I mess up in the painting and I'm like, why in the world did I even do that? But then I'm like, I won't give up, I'm going to go back and fix it. You can see in some places I'm not really blending the colors, I'm just like letting it stay like a cloud. I mean, it's a nice effect. I just felt like it would look more realistic or something. I just felt it. Okay, so now I am going to let it dry completely. I think those are all the layers. But now I completed adding my stars. Anyway, so this is the final result. Yeah, this is the final result. Oh wait. Bye and have a great day. I got paint on my nails.